And I pray that God will be with us in everything that we do. Our insurance claim is in line with what we have in our ATS 2. Are you there? For ATS West Africa exam, which is the ICANN exam. So that's what we'll be looking at. I pray by His grace that everything we are going to do, God will continue to be with us. So let's start the class. In the last class, we talked about insurance claim, and we stopped at that point in the insurance claim, which we looked at what are those things that we need to note under insurance claim. And I explained to you the fundamentals of IAS 2. I don't know how to say this, but it's something that we all see that you guys will have to be able to do some things. And all what we need to do is things that we have been doing before. But we are going to see how these relate to our accounting situations. So let's quickly go on and start the class. Insurance claim. Let's just digress a little bit. You can see what is going on now in Lagos, where people are burning shops, destroying houses, and all the rest. If you look at what's going on now, those people that own those shops will have to rely on their records in order for them to know how much do they still have in stock and what is the amount of what was in their stock before the fire and before people start looting their shops. That is the same thing we are going to be looking at. That what are the ways we'll be able to look at what are the values of items that we still have in the store. And in case we need to file for insurance claim, what do we need to do? In the last class, I discussed the following item with you. And that following item is what I'm going to look at now. And I want us to see how those things is being done and how we need to look at them. Let's look at this. In the last class, we discussed how to calculate the insurance claim process. And if you remember in that last class, we look at the computation of claims. And please, I want you to note that this class is truly for your ATS class. And we looked at what are those items. In the last class, we looked at how to calculate the gross profit. I told you, in case the examiner did not give you the gross profit, because the gross profit is the item that we're going to use to determine all the fundamentals. So we looked at how to calculate the gross profit. We said the gross profit all over sales times 100, and the sales will be used in order for us to get that. Then I told you that there's also some situations when the inventory, which is the stock, can also be written down, where I make mention that stock that was valued lower its original value will be referred to as what called written down. And I gave you the formula where we looked at it that the original cost minus written down is called written off. And we looked at how those items will be used to adjust our transactions. So I want you please to open to your pack. You all have your pack beside you. Kindly open to page 154. So I want you to all open to your pack, page 154. So you guys are going to help me out while I move to the board. Any question? Any question, please? Okay, if there's no question, let me move to the board. I believe you all have your pack with you. Page what are we looking at? Answer me, class. Page what are we looking at?
154.
Okay, so in that page 154, what were we required to do? Because I don't have my own hard copy, I have the electronic copy. So I have to be moving from the part to that. So kindly tell me, can somebody read the question, please?
Which of the question?
Question number 1.
Okay. Said, where written down stock items are not involved. On May 31st, 2003, a fire occurred on the premises of John Limited. The most important books were not destroyed, from where it was possible to ascertain the following particulars. Then we have sales from 1st of January to 31st of May 2003, 256,000. Purchases during the same period, 168,000. Stock on hand, 31st December 2002, 47,200. The gross profit for the past 5 years had averaged 35% on sales. The value of the salvaged stock was 6,000 naira. You are required to draft a statement of insurance claim in respect of the loss of stock.
Okay. Now, if you are to look at that question, what is the requirement?
Statement of insurance claim.
So in that case, let's start. What is the name of the company that we are looking at here? John Limited.
John Limited.
And what the examiner asks us to do is what called the statement of insurance claim. Statement of insurance claim. And looking at the statement of insurance claim, I gave you the format for statement of insurance claim. So what was the formula? What was the format that we gave? We talked about the word inventory loss. Then we talk about the word salvage inventory. So the one that was not destroyed by fire or by that. So whatever we now have at the end will be our insurance claim. Now this is the format of what we are to look at. And I want you to get to also see that this is what is going on in Lagos right now. Are you there now? And I pray that God will be with us. Please, like what I've always been preaching, we can protest, but we should not allow our protest to turn to violence. And please, that simply means that anything we do, we must not burn our heritage. All those assets are the heritage. Those are the assets that will let us create job. So please, anywhere you are, be safe and don't join in burning the assets. So let's look at the question that we have. I want you to read that question and you look at what you have. They gave us the sales. That's all. In this question, we're told on May 31st, are we there? 2023, a fire occurred. I'm going to change this question to what happened in Lagos. I'm going to change it in subsequent thing to on October 21. Are you there now? NSAS gone rogue, burned the shop. And please, that is not right. So let's go to our own question because I think this thing is not going to be streamed live. So in this case, what we are looking for is that the inventory, the sales that was made by this company from 1st of January to 31st is this amount, which we call 256,000. And the purchases during the same period was 168. And the opening inventory is is also 47,200. And we're told in the last 5 years, the organization has been having 35% profit on sales. The question is, how much was the inventory they still have in their record before fire occurred? If you look at the format I gave you, I can't get that answer. I have to go to calculate. But I was told that the value of salvage inventory is 6,000. I can put that one here because whatever I'm going to collect from the insurance, whatever has been salvaged will not be part of the insurance claim. Any question to that? So let's compute. Let's go to our workings now. So I'll now come here, workings. We want to determine determination of inventory loss. So how do I determine my inventory loss? I'll say using the statement of profit or loss draft. So let's look at all the information that we're given. In this question, we are given the sales. What's the sales value, class?
256,000.
Okay. So from there, we now need to know what's our cost of sales. What is the opening inventory?
47,200.
Opening inventory 47,200. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Then what is our purchases?
168,000.
168,000. So that's what we have. Now, the big question we now need to ask ourselves, I haven't gotten this. They also gave us some information. And that information was that they also gave us information on the gross profit. What's the information on gross profit? That is 35% of the sales value. That is 256,000. What's 35% of the sales value? I need you to give me the information, please.
89,600.
39,000.
89.
Okay, I have to confirm maybe what you are doing, what you are telling me is correct. 89,600. Now, class, these are all the information that have been provided by the accountant of this organization. Now, the question we are now going to ask ourselves is that, can we use all this information to get all what we need? Can we use all this information to get all what we need? And what are those fundamentals that we need to get? All those fundamentals are things that we need to be very careful. Please, I beg you, let's be very careful with all these fundamentals. So let me now get them out as well. Now we know what is here. What should be my cost of sales? If my sales is 256,000 and I have my gross profit to be 89,600, so what is going to be the cost of sales?
166,400.
166,400. Okay, let's now go on again. In this case, what is going to be my cost of goods available for sales? What's the addition of these two? The addition of these two, please.
215.
200. Now, I haven't gotten all this. So we can now look for what is the amount of our closing inventory. That means what would have been our closing inventory? Are we there now? That means this is what our expected closing inventory. And that's going to be the difference between the cost of goods available and this, so that we can determine. So what is the missing figure we are looking for here?
48,800.
48,800.
800.
Now, this should have been our expected closing inventory. But because we are told that fire occurred, it means this our expected closing inventory will now be referred to as our inventory loss. Will be referred to as our inventory shaking loss. So it means the value of the inventory that should be in our stock, in our store, that have been destroyed by fire or looted by the hoodlums is how much?
48,800.
So we now have that 48,800. And how much was salvage?
6,000.
So how much are we going to file for insurance claim?
42,800.
So that is the answer. So if you need to file for insurance or government want to help us in terms of paying back to help the organization to continue moving so that they can make profit there now. How much will they be given back as insurance claim?
42,800.
42,000 was 800. So do we have that question? Do we have that answer rather? Gone. So that is question one.
Yes.
Let's go to question number 2. So I need somebody to read question number 2 for us. What is question number 2 talking about?
Happy Enterprise, located at Mayfair in Ife, has a loss of stock insurance policy. On the 2nd of September 2007, fire destroyed a substantial part of the company's stock and of some of the office records during the year ended 2006. For the year ended 2006, the following figures are included in the profit calculation. All figures are assumed correct. The goods sold, the cost price of stock on 2nd of September, unaffected by fire, was 122,000, but the rest of the stock was completely destroyed. The goods sold up to 2nd of September 2007 were substantially the same mix as that of 2006. There will be no alteration to the selling price. Sales of 1st January to 2nd September 2006 amounted to 760,000 naira, while goods to the tune of 582,000 naira were purchased during the same period. Returns from customers amounted to 16,000 naira. You are required to calculate the amount which the unhappy enterprise should expect from the sale of the stock during the year ended 2006.
Go on. Is that all?
Yes, sir, that's all.
Okay. In this question, if you look at it, you will see that we are having information in 2 years because they told us happy enterprise. I think I changed the question from unhappy to happy enterprise because I don't think any company will want to be called unhappy, but it's something that happened unhappy. So, okay, let's see. And when this question was formed, it was what was going on in 2017 at that company, which is so it has a history behind it. Now we are now in 2020 again. I have a company to which I'm going to change the name to that, which we have ShopRite, Spas, and can see what is going on here. Let's go on. Happy Enterprise located at Mayfair in Ife has a loss of what? A stock what insurance policy. We're told on 2nd of September 2007, fire destroyed a substantial part of the company's stock and of such of the office record during the year ended 2007. So what we're having is that the fire occurred in this organization on 2nd September 2017. If you read through all the questions, if you compare it with what we have in question number 1, in question number 1, we are given what we call the profits. If you look at question number 1, you can see that they gave us the gross profits. In question number 1, they gave us the gross profits.
Yes, sir.
But when you look at question number 2, the examiner did not give us anything that has to do with the gross profits. Check the question very well. There's nothing
Yes, sir.
that is giving us information about the gross profits. You can see, read through all the questions, you can see there's no information talking about the gross profits. But you have been given clue. If you are given an information, anytime you are given a question on what we call insurance claim, and you are having 2-year information, the first thing you have to look for is there any information on the gross profits? Are you getting that? Is there any
Yes, sir.
information on the gross profit? So if there's no information on the gross profit, it simply means that you have to use information of last year in order for you to get the gross profit. And I would like to just inform you that this question is similar to questions that you've always seen ICANN asking when it comes to information on insurance claim. And like what has been my tradition is that I always like to give you those diets that the examiner have tested this question. And when you know all those periods that the question have been tested, you guys will be able to look at what are the various ways in which I can have asked students to solve such questions. By the end of this class, I'm going to show you the diet 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I can have tested this particular topic 8 times. Are you there now? 8 times in the last 5 years. Are we getting that? So that's why you get to see that the topic is one of the major topics that you can also have for an exam. So what I would like you to note is that please don't think that this topic is not important. It is important, but as important as the topic is also something that you need to pay attention to. That's IS2. I want you to know that these have been tested in September 2011. Question number 2. It was also tested in September 2011. Question number 4. We've also had it tested in September 2012. Question number 6. We've also had it tested in March 2013. Question number 2A, 2C. We've also had it tested in March 2016. Question number 2. We've also had it tested in March 2018. Question number 2. We've also had it tested in March 2019. Question number 4. We've also had it tested in March 2019. Question number 6. So you can see that the topic is a topic that is very, very, very important because inventory is a major item. And with what we have going on now, people destroying property, you might have the examiner test that. So let me solve this question and then we'll move. If you look at it, you're having 2 years. So in these 2 years, so we're going to have. So what is the requirement that the examiner asks us to do? What is the requirement, please? You are required to calculate
the amount which the happy enterprise should expect from the insurance company as
So
claim.
So let's look at it. What's the name of the company? Let's change it to what we call Happy Enterprises. So what will we have to do? Computation of insurance claim. So don't let us forget, what are the 2 things we need in the insurance claim? Inventory loss and we need what we call the salvage inventory. Please, what is the year we are looking for here? The insurance claim on what date? On
2007.
2007. Now, I'll quickly go to my workings. What I'm looking for here is that computation of the inventory loss on 2nd September 2007. So what will I use? I'll say by my statement of profit or loss. So in this case, don't forget what's the date you are looking at. We are looking at 2nd 09/07. So I need the sales for that period, and I need what we call my cost of sales. I need the sales for that period. I need my cost of sales. What is the combination of the cost of sales? Opening what? opening inventory, purchases. Then at the end of the day, I will know what is my gross profit. I want us to look at the question. If we look at it, we are told that the cost price is of the same mix. And if you look at all the information I have here, 1st January 2006, I don't need all those information yet. So I will quickly go to 2007 and see maybe I can get those information that I need. Number one, I was told that the that the unaffected inventory, check very well, the cost price of stock on 2nd September unaffected by fire was how much?
122,000.
122,000 will be referred to as our what?
Salvage inventory.
Salvage inventory. Okay. So let's now move on. We're told that goods sold. Are we there now? The goods sold on that period is of the same age to 2016. And the sales from January to 2nd September 2016 is how much?
1,624,000.
No, that is information for the whole year. The sales for the year
760,000.
Okay,
700 and what?
760,000.
So I want to get
60,000.
that 760,000. Because you are giving me the information according to what you have in your pack. Then class, what was the value of the purchases that was made in that period?
582,000.
582,000. 582,000. Okay. Now class, if I may ask, we're
So
now
please,
told
I want
that.
to ask a question.
Yes,
Sir, Mr.
question.
Ima,
Yes, please.
why did they give us the information of 2006 when we are not going to use it? Because you are not
Thank
using.
you. Jomiloju, you know at this point, you would think that we will not use it. You see why we need it. So can you just hold on a little bit? You can see that we are still working with the information of 2017. And we're told that purchase during the period, return from customer. They also told us that it was return from customer. Return.
Yes, sir.
By, how much was the return by customer? 16,000. Okay. Now, what is the now? Jamiloju will now start answering my question now. I need the opening inventory as of 1st January 2007. How will I get my opening inventory in 2007? How? That will be the information in 2006. 2006. So Jamiloju, can you see what we are doing now?
Yes, sir.
So you can see, you would think that the information in 2006 is not required. Look at this. They've given me this information in 2007. All the information from this side to this place, they are all for 2007. We have our opening inventory. Sorry, we have our sales. We have our purchasing. We have, but the fundamental thing is that you would think that all the information for this 2006 that they are not required, but they are. Because the closing inventory, and I want you to start from here, the closing inventory in 2006 will be the opening inventory in 2007. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Do you agree?
Yes,
so if
sir.
that be the case, let's now go back to our board. Now, going back to our board, we will now see that the closing inventory in that year is now what we need here as our opening inventory, and that is 32,000 naira. Now, let's get all those information the way we always insert them. 760,000 minus 16,000. What's the answer?
320,000.
320,000.
Pardon?
It's 320,000.
320,000.
Not 32,000.
Okay, correct. So, okay, I was testing you, so you are with me. Okay,
Yes,
what
sir.
is now? Let's now get the value. Sales minus return by customer. How much do I have?
6, 16.
734.
744,000.
744.
744.
What's the cost of goods available?
44. 744. 744.
Okay, what's cost of goods available for sale?
Mr. Emma.
Sir, 744.
7 what?
Hello, sir. 744.
744.
Okay, thank you. 744. Okay, what is now the cost of goods available for sales?
902,000.
902,000. Now let's go on. In this question, we are having two unknown because here we are trying to look at what will be our expected closing inventory. Expected closing what? Inventory. We don't know that one. Are you there now? And again,
Yes,
we don't know our closing. We don't know our gross profit.
Gross profit.
You know, for us to get our gross profit, we need what we call our gross profit percentage. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
And normally, our gross profit percentage is always information from last year. So if you look at this, that is why we now have 2006. So Jomiloju, can you now say that the information of 2006 is now relevant in order for us to determine what?
Our gross profit.
In order for us to determine our gross profit percentage. So let's now use the information of 2006 to get our gross profit percentage. So we'll now go to the next working. We'll now say working 2. Now talk about determination of gross profit percentage using 2006 information. So what is 2006 information? Let's go there. What do we have? We have sales.
Sales.
Is that what do we have first? Opening inventory. Let me take that way.
Yes,
opening
sir.
Inventories. What's the opening inventory?
280,000.
280,000. What is the purchases?
1,184,000.
1,184,000. Now, what do we have next? What's the sales for the period?
1,624,000.
1,624,000. Next, what do I have as closing inventory?
320,000.
320,000. So, class, what would be my cost of sales?
$1,144,000. 144.
So what's our gross profit?
480,000.
480,000. So what do I have? I now have 480,000 divided by what's my sales value to get my gross profit percentage?
624,000.
10
times 100 over 1. So what's the percentage?
29.5.6%.
Okay, so we have 29.5. So approximately we say 30%. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I haven't gotten this now. We can now move on to determine. So we are now being informed that our gross profit percentage is 30%. So 30% times what are we going to use in order for us to get our gross profit?
30% of
Times 744.
sales.
Times 744. God bless you. Times 744. It's not going to be times 760. So what's now the answer? 30% of 744.
223,200.
223,200. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Okay. Now give me the value of my of my cost of sales. What would have been my cost of sales in order to get, so you are going to subtract 7744, sorry, 2,200. How much?
520,800.
5.
520.
I
5208.
can't hear you.
5208. 520,800.
800. Now, what's now the difference between cost of goods available to now determine my what? My closing inventory.
381. 200.
200. So what is the value of the closing inventory?
381. 200.
So we now
Next time, ma.
so our closing inventory. Yes,
Next
please.
time, ma. You said
Yes,
it's
please,
381. You said it's 381. You wrote 318.
Okay, pardon me. 381 200. So let
The
me
same
correct
thing in the
that.
other place.
I want to correct that. 381 200. So class, what is the value of the insurance claim that will now be presented?
381 200.
Eh?
50.
Are you adding or you are subtracting?
Are we subtracting?
Yes, because you must subtract your one that they have.
259
Are
200.
subtracting
259
what?
200. 259 200. 259 200.
So that is
259.
the answer.
200.
Any question?
Yes, sir.
Question me.
I have a question.
Yes, please.
I want to ask, if we are not given the gross profit percentage, but I've seen the way you calculated it.
Yes.
So let's assume in the question we don't have the gross profit percentage. Is it the same way we are going to calculate it, or there will be any other information that will give us that if it is not in the question?
Once the gross profit percentage is not given, they will give you an information that will guide you in order for you to know your gross profit percentage.
Okay.
Is it that they tell you that these are gross profit from last 2 years, or they give you previous year information that you will now use? Are you there now? In order for you to determine your gross profit. Because you cannot have two unknowns. Are you there now?
Yes, sir.
Any other question?
If they should give us, if they should give us gross profit of the previous year, how are we going to use it to get the present?
Let's say for this question we just solved, if you have been informed that 2006 gross profit is 30%, you don't need to work again because the examiner have already provided you with the answer. So if you decide to go and be checking, you are just wasting time. So don't go and do that. They will always give you the information because it's that gross profit that will let you know what are the information that you will use for the current period of period. Any question? I will move to question number 3 now.
Yes, sir.
Okay, who is Michael Abiono?
Me, sir. Me, sir.
Okay. Mike. Okay. My Michael. Okay. Where is Vanilla? I'm not seeing her in class. Where is Abiba? Blessing, Grace, Abibat.
Sir.
How about Ibrahim?
He's sleeping.
He went to protest.
Okay. Nobody should be protesting again this time around. Though. Stay in your house. Okay. Where is Nike? Nike is not online.
She's here.
Okay, all right.
Is
Nike here?
No.
Okay, let's go question number 3. Yes, please.
Where is Daniel? Are you there?
Can you please display, sir, the working tool? I didn't get it very well. I want to write it down.
Did you get this
the
one?
Second working. Yes, second working. Working on the last year, yes, 2006. Yes, sir.
Did you see it now?
Yes, sir. I got it.
Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, everyone, can we now go to question number 3? Normally, I would have given you this question number 3 to do some workings, but let me not show too much skill. Let's read question number 3 together. Don't let it do YY. If it's doing YY, let me know. So we'll move to question number 3. Okay, let's look at question number 3. Somebody to read question number 3, please. Oh yeah, Ejo, Eka.
Peculiar.
Oh yeah, read this question number 3. Read question number 3. Who is reading?
Yeah, written down.
Peculiar is reading.
Okay. Yeah, written
Yeah.
items.
We can't hear you. Your
Yeah,
network is
written down
bad.
stock items are involved.
Rachel.
Okay, go on.
Okay. Yeah, written down stock items are involved. On August 31st, 2003, the premises of Lakon Limited was destroyed by fire. The business books and records were saved from where the following data were given. All figures are assumed correct. Purchases from 1st April to evaluating stock at 31st March 2002, 400 naira had been written off a particular line of goods, which originally cost 640 naira. The written down stock was sold in May 2002 for 430 naira. Evaluating stock at 31st March 2003, another line of goods costing 350 was written down to 200. In June 2003, this item of stock was sold for 350. Except as regards the goods indicated above, the gross profit percentage had remained unchanged throughout. The value of salvaged stock was 1,020 naira. You are required to calculate the amount of claim due from the insurer in respect of stock loss.
Good one. Class, what did you see in this question? I saw something.
Plenty Chinese English language.
Beatings.
Me, I'm not
Can you
there.
answer?
Because if you say Chinese language in Nigeria now, you're in trouble. Me, I'm not there. What we are written there is English. I know that my own English is plain. At least you can hear what I'm saying. I'm not saying, hey, let's go on. I'm not there. Okay, let's look at the fundamentals. Are you guys going to see that what we are doing is very, very simple? And what is simple in the sense that you must be very careful to see that all these records are things that we get to see as they work out. The first information I want you to see in this question is, a lot of you will see that the question is not like the normal accounting year period that we have. That will say it's ending 31st December. So what we need to understand first in this question is our ability to understand what are those things that we need to look at. Are we there? Let me quickly see if I can even use the board of this, what's it called? The board in this place that they gave us on what do you call it? On Zoom. The board is limited. You can see the board can only write on one place. So, but I will use it so for you guys to just see. I thought somebody is limited, but they always want to talk about their own. Now, in that board, if you look at it, they give us information. The board is limited. I don't think we need it.
So it's not, the handwriting is not good.
The handwriting is not good. Okay,
Yeah.
let me see if the handwriting. Let me see if this handwriting will be good. Smart recognition, save to album. Okay, let's see. We're given information. Let's see. It's not right, you know. Oh, yeah, okay, I think it's right now. Let's see, we have information.
Okay.
What do I have? I have information. We're told that the accounting year end is 31/03/2000 and what? What is the accounting year end of this question? So that we have March.
Is it March?
Are you there now? Yes, March. If you look at it, let's just even see the fundamentals. You guys will be able to get what I'm saying.
Okay, yeah.
Look at it. They gave us 31 March 2002. And they gave us 31 March 2003. Which simply means that the period must have started from this period. And that period that we're saying have started would have been 1st of April 2002.
2002.
Yes. And the other one, this one would have been year 1. And the year 2 would have been from 1st of what? April 2003 to what class?
31st March
2004. This would have been the year 2.
2004.
Yes or no? The year 2, Abi?
Sir, please come again. I don't understand.
Okay, you can see they gave us 2 information here.
Yes, sir.
They gave us 31st March 2002, and they gave us 31st March 2000 and what? And 13.
3.
Are you there now? 2003, please. It means that if you are having this as year end, it means it would have started from when?
Okay.
It would have started 1st of April. So if this one is year end, for second year, the second year information, which will be another year end, would have been what? 31st of March 2004. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
And this would have started when?
1st of April 2003.
1st of April 2003. Are we getting that now? Do we get that?
Yes, sir.
So if that be the case, we now look at this. So when did fire occur? We are told that fire occurred on what date? Fire occurred on
August
31 August
31st.
August 31st.
3.
And 3. So it means that the fire occurred during the second period. Do you agree with me? The fire occurred during the second year. So be very careful. It means that if you are working, there are 2 financial years you are going to have. The first one is what? To 31st March 2003. And the second one did not get to 31st March 2004. It stopped at what? It stopped when?
August 31st.
August 31st. So that is what we have. So I think we can move on. This is their board that is on Zoom. It's not a palatable board. Can we move on? You can see I cannot go to another page. If I want to do now, I have to rub up this one. So you can see that Oyinbo has a limiting factor. So can we close their board?
Yes, sir.
So let's go to our own board. I think our own board is better. So we don't need Oyinbo board. So should I go to our own board?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I think my own board is the best. So I'll go to my own board. And I've said it times that number that we are the best. So, okay, I'll explain that to you. And you can see where we are going. So I haven't gotten your question. What is the requirement the examiner wants us to do? What is the name of the company?
Lekon Limited.
Kí lẹ pè? Lekon Limited. So what will we have to do? Completion of what?
Completion of insurance claim.
Okay. On what date?
20.
3rd of August 23.
31st of August.
So will I work
2003.
Sorry? Will I work inventory loss? And then we are going to remove what we call our salvage kineo.
Inventory. I'm a savage. Classic.
Hillary? I can't hear you.
Shall I not say anything?
Okay. Now, we need 2 years information. So let's go to the workings as we move. The first working I want to do is computation of inventory loss on 31/08/2003. So that's the first thing. So in this case, I'll use my draft information, which is sales. Then I now have what we call my cost of sales. Be very careful. That will give me my opening inventory. What's the date of the opening inventory? That will be 1st of what? April 2003. Remember? 1st of April 2003. Then I now need my purchases. At the end of the day, I will now be able to get what's my closing. Sorry? Get my gross profit. This is where we are coming. But the question is that we all have the information that there's no gross profit here, so we need our working two. So what's our working two aim on?
Determination of gross profit.
Determination of gross profit.
Percentage.
That's using 20. Are you there now? Which information? Using year
2002.
31/12. Sorry, 31/3/2003 information. So yeah, let's go there. In that case too, I have my sales.
So is it 2003 or 2002?
It's 2003, the account ended now,
2003.
but you know it started in 2002. So we now come here, cost of sales. Opening inventory. Opening inventory is 1st of what? April 2002. So we also need our purchases.
Okay. Yeah.
Don't forget this 31st 2002 is the same as 31/3/2002. Do you understand? Then we need our purchases. After that, we also need our closing inventory. These are closing inventory. We'll do the one for 31st March 2003. Are you there now?
Yes.
Now, let's fix all this information as we have. On 31st March 2002, what was the opening inventory? Stop.
9,100.
Thank you.
I'm
What
not
is the
getting it.
closing inventory?
Sammy, I'm not
Oh
getting
yeah. Where are you not getting? Oh yeah, talk. Jomiloju, what is it? Jomiloju, speak to me. Jomiloju. But Jomiloju, you say you are not getting it. Speak now. Okay, should I repeat what I've said? What we have is this. We are to solve for the insurance claim of Lekon. and our inventory loss and salvage inventory are the informations that we need. And if you remember from what we said earlier, I said we looked at the question that we're having 2 years, and we've been able to establish those 2 years to be 2013, 2003, and 2002. This is where we are expected to get. From here, this page is actually to help us to determine what would have been our expected closing inventory, and which at the end of the day we are going to look as the one that is lost. But if you look at the question, there's no information on gross profit. There's no information on gross profit. We don't have any information on gross profit. And if there's no information on gross profit, we need the previous year information. Because for me to get my gross profit, I need the percentage. So what we now have to do is to open the information of the previous year in order to determine our gross profit percentage. So we now start, and I'm going back. What is the opening inventory as at 1st of April 2002, which is the same thing as March 2002? Give me an answer. I hope you guys still have your question with you because it's on page 154. What do I have? 9,100. What is now the closing inventory? What is now the closing inventory as at 31st March 2003?
7,510.
7,510.
7,510. What is the purchases during the period year to 31st March 2003?
2770.
20 what class?
770.
770. Are we together?
27.
70. What is the sales to year ended 31 March 2020? 2003.
3930.
So that one is 3930. Now, let's go to the next item. We are now told purchase from 1st of April to 31 August 2003. Would that one be on this first information or the second information?
Second, this one.
Second information.
So what is now the purchases, please?
7470.
No, because you lecture, Lola.
First
online lecture.
7.
Oh yeah, what do I have?
I've started one already. What
So what do I have now? Sales.
Sales.
What is the sales?
11,800.
11,800. Are we together? Now, these are all the information that we have keyed in already. Now, can somebody now read? What do we have in the next line? What did they tell us?
In valuing stock at 31st March 2002, 400 had been written off a particular line of goods, which originally cost 640 naira.
God bless you. What is this information? We are told that on 31st March 2012, it means that the value on this date has been adjusted. Because if you look at that date, 31st March, this value of item has been adjusted. And anytime we're having information on 31st of March 2002, that's our opening inventory. What does the rule say that we should do? What should we adjust it with? Should we adjust it with written up or with written down?
Written down.
Written down. And that written down, the examiner said that the written down should be what? Deducted. But look at what the examiner did. And I told you the examiner will not just give you the figure on the platter of gold. For me to adjust this one, I need what we call written down. But look at the information that was provided. They gave me the original cost and the written off. Is that what I need? No, I need written down. But instead of that, they gave me the original cost and written off. So how will I get my written down? That would be the difference between my original what cost. What's the original cost of the item?
640,000.
And then what is the written off?
Sorry, 640 naira.
Then what's the written off?
400.
400.
400.
The difference between the two down. So what is now the value of the written down?
240.
240. And what does the rule say about written down? Should I add the written down or should I deduct it?
You deduct.
So deduct and tell me what will be the answer. So the difference between 9,100 and 240 is how much?
800, 860.
800.
8,860.
8,860. Do you all get that? Jomiloju and Co, do you all get that? Are we on there?
So I don't get it. So I don't.
Okay, let's.
I don't get it though.
Okay, let's look at it again. Jomiloju, are you with your pack?
Yes, I'm with my pack.
Okay, read the information after 11,800.
11,800. And
But you said you are with your pack. Read the
yes,
information.
now in value in stock at 31st March 2002.
Hold it there, Jomiloju. Oh, hold on. 31st March 2012. Is it an opening inventory or a closing inventory?
An opening inventory.
And we said that when valuing an item and that item has been adjusted and is an opening inventory, what must we adjust with that opening inventory? From your last note. From your last note, opening inventory will be adjusted with what? Okay. For Jomiloju and every other person that is in that shoe, I want to quickly do something. Jomiloju, please focus on the board. Look at the board now. Jomiloju, look at the board. What do we have? Can you read what we have? Yeah, now, I want you to read those places I've highlighted. Oh yeah, read them for me.
In value stock at 31st March 2002, 400 naira had been written off in a particular line of goods, which originally cost 640. This written down stock was sold in May 2002 for 430.
Okay, let's stop there. Let's go back. You have informed me already that the value of this item that we are looking at, first March, is opening inventory, yes or no?
Yes.
Now, what do we have in the last class? In the last class, we informed ourselves that anytime we're doing inventory, pardon me, 152. Look at what we said. We said that if opening inventory is to be adjusted, it will be adjusted with what? Jomiloju, and with you, you are using me to play. Your opening inventory, if you are to adjust it.
I can hear you, sir.
Okay, if you are to adjust the opening inventory, you adjust it with what?
With written down.
And the last time I told you that if the examiner did not give you written down, how do we calculate our written down? It's not in your slide. How do we calculate our written down from your last note? Jomiloju, how do we calculate our written down in the last note? I told you that written down is going to be original cost less the what written off. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so in this question, because I want to use two things, that's what we're going to do. Then we now went further and said that when this written down stock or inventory is sold, we must adjust it with our sales. Yes or no?
Yes.
So let's now go back to the information that we have. That information now, let's now translate it to this question. In this question, Jomiloju, we are now told that the opening inventory is this. So what do we now do? Go back to our board. Let's go back to our board. On our board, what do I have as original cost of the value?
640.
How much do I have as written off?
400.
So what would be my written off? Oh, sorry, what would be my written down?
240.
So I haven't gotten my written down. Will I add it to the opening inventory or I will deduct?
You deduct.
So that says that. Now reading further, we are now told that the written down stock, Jomiloju, was sold for 430. What are we going to do with that? So we are now coming here and said inventory. So we are now having written down inventory sold. How much was it sold for?
430.
430.
So we deduct.
430.
So what would that now give me? 30,000 what?
500.
Now that is not, we are not through yet. We are now told furthermore that after that, what is now the next information we're told? Jomiloju, after we're told, read the other line for me.
In value stock at 31st March 2003, another line of
Thank
goods
you.
cost.
Let's hold it there. Gentle, Esther. 31st March 2003. Is it opening inventory or closing inventory for this year that we are looking at?
It's closing inventory.
And when we are given closing inventory, what are we going to use to adjust our closing inventory according to the fundamentals we have been taught? We must adjust our closing inventory with written off. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Now read the following line that follow it. They now said another line.
In June 2003, this item of stock was sold for 350.
Read start from the beginning, Jomiloju. In value stock at 31 March.
In value stock at 31st March 2003, another line of goods cost 360 was written down to 200.
Was written down to how much?
To 200.
But in valuing it now for closing inventory, do we need written down or written off?
We need written up.
But did the examiner provide us information on written off? No, so we have to calculate it. So how do we calculate? What is the original cost? I'm teaching you, you are eating. What is the original cost?
The original cost is 360.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. What is that the written down?
200.
200. That's 200. So if I subtract 360 from 200, what would that give you?
160.
That 160 is going to be described as my what?
As your written off.
Now, do we add written off to closing inventory or we deduct?
We add.
So give me the addition of the two. What would that be?
7,670.
7,006.
Sorry, 7,670. You're writing the wrong thing.
Oh yeah, 7,670. I want to confirm. Maybe you are with me. So now this is closing inventory. Do we add closing inventory or we deduct?
We deduct.
Okay, so what's now the cost of sales for this organization? So what's the cost of sales of these three items?
21,960.
Class confirm. Oh, he's giving us figure. So in that case, what will now be my gross profit?
$8,540.
8,540. Okay, let's wrap up all what we have in the question. We are now told on June 23. This item was sold for how much? Was sold for how much?
Was sold for 350.
So if it was sold for 350, so let's get the information that we need now. So that was sold for 350. We'll go to the other period here. So we'll come here, we'll say written down. So written down inventory sold.
Chair, provide for me now.
How much was it sold for?
50.
Okay. Now be very careful. The closing inventory last year was how much? Oh yeah.
Oh no, he's not.
7510. Yes or no?
Yes.
But now the information is now described as opening inventory. What do we adjust it with? What do we adjust it with, class?
Sounds expensive.
What is the information when you are adjusting opening inventory? What will you adjust opening inventory? Eh?
Did I even get her a card for her birthday?
Written down.
When you are adjusting opening inventory, do you adjust it with written off or written down?
Written down.
What is the written down in this question?
160.
It's 160 now.
No,
Yes.
so what we have here is written off. What you have here is written off. And here, what is required is written down.
100.
So, class, what is now going to be the value of our actual open inventory?
7,310.
So 7. Now give me 7,310. Now there's still an issue. Do we have our gross profit percentage? What's our gross profit percentage, class? What's our gross profit percentage?
We don't we will not do that.
Okay, let's calculate that. So let's get the computation of gross profit percentage. So what is the gross profit? That would be what called gross profit all over what? Sales times 100 over 1. So class, what is my gross profit that we have in the question?
8540.
So we have 8540 divided by what is the sales value?
30,500.
30,500 times 100 over 1. Give me the answer, please.
28%.
20.
7.6%.
What did you call the answer?
27.61.
27 point what?
Approximately 28%.
So we approximate to 28%. Is that the answer?
Yes, sir.
It's not fun. Where? That place now. Where did you say I've gone by before?
Jamiloju, you are
Sir?
sending somebody message in the class. It's all right.
I forgot that it was unmuted. I'm sorry, sir.
Okay, let's go on. So what is the answer?
28%.
We are teaching you now. You are sending message. You later you now say you don't know. Okay. So I haven't gotten 28%. I bring the 28% to fall here. So I now have 28% times what would be my sales value in order to get the gross profits?
11,450.
So 28% of 11,450. Give me the answer.
3,206.
3,206.
3,000.
206.
206. Class confirm. So what's going to be my cost of sales?
8,244.
8,244.
244.
So I need my cost of goods sold. Sorry, cost of goods available.
Available. 14,780.
14,780. So class, can we now get the expected closing inventory now? Which will now be described as our
6,536.
6536.
6,536.
536. So iṣẹ́ parí o. So let's now look at it. What's our inventory loss? Don't forget this from working one. That is 6 what?
6,536.
Class, what is now the inventory? What is the salvage inventory? It was given to us in the question. What's the amount?
1,020 naira.
1,020 naira.
1,020
So class,
naira.
what is the value of my inventory?
1,020. 5,516.
Inventory claim. What's the insurance claim? How much?
5,005.
5,000.
516.
16. Is that correct?
5,000. Yes, it's correct.
So that is
5,516.
okay. A quick check I have to ask all of you. Where is Victor? Is Victor in my class? Where is Victor? Victor is not there. Who again? Where are the other people for your class? Okay, do you all have the answer now?
Yes, sir.
So any question for me?
Bum, 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 bum.
Sir, please, can you go to the work here?
Who is the singer? I can't see Victor in this class. What's going on?
He's not online. I don't think so.
Chat him or chat him.
He's not online. I tried texting him now.
Okay. Okay. Can we move to the next topic?
No.
What is no?
Sir, what did you write under sales? Written down.
Written down inventory sold.
Okay.
Sir, Victor is already online. I think he's going to join soon.
Okay. Thank you. Well, if anything that he has missed, he will be able to meet us on, we will see it on the YouTube. Can I move to the next working?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Michael, for checking.
Michael, my boy.
Who is this clown?
In my class, Abby. I demand an apology, Daniel and Michael.
I'm very sorry, sir.
Daniel.
I'm sorry, sir. I'm sorry, sir.
Okay, let's go on. Victor, you are just joining the class. What I would advise is that you have to watch what we have done for the first 40 minutes on YouTube, because we have been able to solve 1, 2, 3, 4 questions. We have done 34 minutes already. Is it 34 minutes or more? So that is it. So can we go to the next topic, which is still under insurance claim? Don't forget, we said under insurance claim, we have inventory loss and what we call consequential loss. Should I move on? We are now going to what we call consequential loss. Now, class, the next item we are considering is referred to as consequential loss. You don't need to be scared or look at the topic is something that is very difficult. Remember when we started, we said when organizations have challenges and those challenges of peril affect their inventory. There are two things that the organization will lose. We said one, they are going to lose the physical inventory. That means that item that they are actually selling, which is the item, maybe the goods that they are to sell. And I want you to remember what we said. You can see that I started from page 154. But now we are moving to page 146 so that you can now see what consequential loss is all about. You will see that we're talking about organizations usually take up insurance policy to mitigate the losses of stock and what they could have in terms of their transactions. Why the organization gets involved in insuring their items? And the reasons are what we are going to have in this class. Look at what we have. We said insurance claim. Organizations normally take up insurance policy to mitigate against losses of stock and other assets arising from what class? Peril. The word peril here means danger, such as what? Fire, flood, and burglary. Now, be very careful. You can see what's going on at the end of NSAS, that they are telling us now that it's dragon that is spitting fire. Those guys will be so surprised and be shocked, and it will shock them that all the people that have used their video to camera all those things and they have used their Instagram, their IP is in the hand of government. So I will beg you, don't join people in spreading false information. Please, we need peace. Okay, we now said if loss occur, it is expected that the insured will make a claim. Now, I will need to teach you some other things here. The word is insured and insurer. So I want you to pick your note and just note. When you're talking about the insured, that is the person that went to the insurance company, telling the insurance company that I want you to insure me. Why the insurance company are referred to as what called the insurer? Do we get that, please? So if you're asked in the exam that the party that is insured or that enter into an insurance contract with a firm is called dash, what's the answer? Insured. Why the other party that insured the other entity against peril or loss is called what?
Insurer.
Thank you very much. Now, we've also done this that whereby there's any peril and the company needs to make claim, the claim is referred to as insurance or class claim.
Right.
What we have just finished is the claim that has to do with physical item. We are now going to the insurance claim, which I also want you to know is also called consequential loss. That is when a peril occurs and the necessary record or information has been what? Dismissed as a result of mishap. Like now, some of those people that their offices have been burgled, you get to see some things.
Sir.
Yes, please. Gabriel.
You can.
Okay. We have some of the companies that when we talk about the fire, we are not talking about their inventory. Let's do, for example, TVC complex. Those guys decided to destroy everything that is there, including the documents. So how would they be able to salvage that? I don't think that is right. And I pray that we have peace in our nation. Let me not become pastor. I'm here to teach. What are the classification of possible losses that we need to look at? There are two classes of what? Policies that can be taken as a result of unexpected incidents like fire and that. We talked about number one, loss of profits insured. Are you there? Sorry, loss of profit insurance, which is consequential, and loss of stock policy. But before we move ahead, I have to explain some things for you. I want you to get all these terms. We are going to explain all these terms. I think there are up to 11 of them. And then we'll take us to all the other terms that we need to understand. Now we're moving from your book to the board for us to understand. So let's get the first term. Who is there? Somebody to explain the first term for me. Okay, read, please.
Period of indemnity. This is the maximum period stipulated in the policy for which the insured is covered by the insurance policy. Number 2, period of interruption. This is the period for which the business activities of the insured were interrupted by the disaster.
Okay, I want you to stop there. Number 3, read number 3.
Period of claim. This is the shorter of the period of indemnity and the period of interruption. Example, A, where the period of indemnity is 8 months and the period of interruption is 6 months. The period of claim is 6 months because the shorter one is picked.
Thank you. Let's stop at that point.
Okay.
Before we move ahead, I will need to explain this. When we talk about period of indemnity, this is the period that is stipulated in the insurance policy. Let's get to use the one that we all are familiar with. I don't know how many of us have heard our parents talking about insurance policy for their cars. When cars are to be insured in Nigeria, let's pick the simple one, third party. How many months is the insurance policy for a car, third party? How many months? Is there anybody? Okay, I'll help you. It's for 12 months.
Continue 1 year.
It's for 1 year. Thank you. Gabriel, you are correct. It's for 1 year. Now, that is the maximum period. Now, when we now talk about period of interruption, that is talking about the numbers of months that a company cannot work due to the disaster that have occurred. So the company cannot work and they have to be there to look at what we have. Are you getting that now? Now, that period of claim is saying that if you have insured your car for 12 months, and the period in which you cannot use your car is more than 12 months, the insurance company will not cover that. They can only cover those periods that you have what? You have been covered. Now, let's go to the board. In looking at what we have on the board, I want us to be able to understand this period as we are having them. Now, look up. Let me just give this an hypothetical question. I don't know which company to use now. Let's say BLT. You have 2019 and we have 2020. Please, I would like to ask those people at Ikorodu, all the BLT terminal in Ojota and Ikorodu are still intact. They didn't burn them. Hey, Damilo.
Yes, sir. They didn't burn them, or they didn't burn them.
Thank God, though. You know why I'm asking? Because I don't want
they burnt Oyibo zone.
Because I don't want a situation whereby Jomiloju will trek from Ikorodu to school. And you know that is a very far place. So you can see that Jomiloju, our prayer concerning Ikorodu is really answered.
So, did you not pray for Oyimbo? Why do you pray for Ikorodu?
Let's go on.
Oyigbo has happened already now.
Oyigbo has happened before we start praying. So, but we know that Ikorodu is going to be more disastrous because you guys, you have no other means of coming out. Don't worry, you know, but we start doing exercise.
Sir, they born the beggar.
They born beggar.
Yeah, they born BLT in beggar.
Vanilla, you know, you need exercise.
Sir?
You need the
I'm
exercise.
slim. I'm slim.
Okay, don't worry. By His grace, we pray that all those things will be restored back.
Amen.
Okay, let's go back to the board.
Simon,
Yes.
you can explain period of claim again.
I'm going to explain it. Let me check what we are doing on the board now. January to June. Then I have July to September. Then I have October to December. Now we're told that this is the BLT sales for over the period. I don't know how much BLT is making, but let's just use this as a hypothetical situation. I will pray that peace will reign in our country. Now we're told from January to June 2019, they made 100, we're going in millions, 100 million. From July to September, they made 350 million. From October to December, they made 450 million. From January to June 2014, they made 600 million. Then from June to September, they made 700 million. Then, are we there now? From October, they now made what we call, let's put that at 80 million. Class, looking at what we have here, when did you think that this organization had problem with their sales? When?
2020.
October.
That means they have their problem this way. So when you are talking about period of interruption, the period of that interruption is from October to December 2020. That means that is when they could not produce anything again. Are you getting that now? Do you understand that? So that is what I call period of what? Interruption. Now, the policy of this company is that they always insure their bosses every year. Insure bosses every year. And that is 12 months. How many months are they insuring their bosses?
12.
12 months.
How much did they have interruption?
3 months.
So how many months will they have as the period of claim?
3 months.
3 months. Thank you. Because they must have the shorter of the period of indemnity and the period of interruption. They said that if you guys cannot work for 12 months, we'll pay you. But their interruption was for 3 months. So insurance company will say we are too rich and they'll just give you for 12 months. They are only going to pay you for how many months?
3 months.
3 months. Any question? Any question? You guys, okay. Did you get all what we have done in terms of those sales?
Yes.
Now, if you look at it, DLT is always preparing his account from January to December. Are you getting that? And we're told, if you look at this place, 2019, they have 100 million, 350 million, 450 million. 2020, they have 600 million, 700 million, and 80 million. Which period did you think from this place that the organization have interruption?
October to December.
That is it. That means that is the period that they could not work. People burnt their bosses in October and they stopped till December. But normally, what is the period in which they used to insure their company? How many months? 1 year. So with the insurance company now come and say, don't worry, we will pay you for 1 year. Will the insurance company pay them for 1 year?
No, sir.
They will only pay them for how many months? For how many months? They will only pay them for 3 months. Did you get what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
And that 3 months is what we call the period of claim. Are you getting what we are saying? Yes, please.
Sir, what if the period of interruption was for 15 months?
Thank you very much. That's where we are now going. If the period of interruption, let me take you to another slide. We are having what called period of indemnity. And that indemnity, note very well, period of indemnity is for 12 months. We said for 12 months. That is from 1 January 2019 to 31/12/2019. That is when the government, that's where you insure will come in. You now have what called period of interruption. And the period of interruption, look at this class. The period of interruption started on 1st of October 2019. And the company could not go back into business until 31st of March 2020. Now look at this. The cover is from 1st of January to 31st of December, yes or no? The insurance company will tell you, Oga, that our claim that we are going to give you will end on 31st of December 2019. All the other ones that comes after this, we are not under it. So they will only give you claim between the period that ends with their policy you are having with them. If you don't renew your policy, you will not be covered for the claim after that period. So do you understand the period of claim now as it relates to indemnity and interruption?
Yes, sir.
Yes, please.
Mr. Ima,
yes.
I want to ask a question based on this 15 months.
Yes.
Let's assume for a car, they always insure it for 12 months.
Yes, please.
And there is one another policy of insurance that you can insure your car. Don't you know, all these commercial ones for 1 month. And there are some that they pay premium on it. Are you getting me, sir?
Yes, sir.
That every year they pay premium on it. Now let's assume that for the period of that 12 months, they have a loss. I mean, period of that 15 months, there is a loss between 1st to March. That is when the disaster takes place. How will they claim? Are they going to say because, okay, it is every year they pay their premium and they have not paid for that year, so definitely you cannot return anything for them?
Now I'll be very careful, Gabriel.
Yes, sir.
You know, there's a difference between an annual and a continuous one.
Okay, that's what I want to understand.
Let me give you an example. For comprehensive insurance on a car, you can insure that car for 5 years.
Okay.
Are you there now?
Yes, sir.
And in that policy, you would have stated when you'll be paying your premium. They can tell you, you pay your premium upfront. They will tell you by January of the year, you pay your premium.
Okay.
Are you there? Now,
yes, sir.
Let's now assume the following year, January, you didn't pay your premium. You are still dilly-dallying. Then by March, something happened to the car. The insurance company will tell you that it's on your own, no? Because you have not fulfilled your own part of the contract. Paid in January, you did not pay. You are insuring your car with God. Something that happened in March, you are now telling them. After the thing has happened, you now rush to them and you now pay. That means you have not acted in good faith.
Okay.
Do you get that now?
Yes, sir.
So they will help you prorate your claim to the last time you paid premium.
Okay.
And there are many things that surround insurance claim because I'm not an expert in that. But when you get to the insurance guys, they will give you more information.
All right, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, class. With what I have taught you, I'm going to give you a bit of scenario on something which we are going to use to understand some terms. And after we understood those terms, we'll now move on. So let's take up to something. I want to give you what we call sales analysis. We also call it turnover. Now, give me the name of any company you have in your mind. Ejo.
Angel Michael Limited.
Startopia.
Know very well that this company is going to be boggled by Idlums. So.
Let's go with the first one.
No.
So, you don't want to use that company again?
No, sir. Right now.
Let's use that.
Okay.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Sir,
Let me put a company there. Let's put a company so that we'll be able to relate to that company. Let's call it. Let me see one thing that was destroyed that I'm not happy. There's a shop that they boggled into that I'm not very happy at all, and that is Pass. Pass Limited. I'm not so happy with what they've done to that shop. So we have here 2019, 2020. I'm not so happy with all those guys. Please, I will beg you, from now to next year, don't buy any asset from anybody. Are you there? Don't let them tell you that this was brought from UK. Because they are stolen assets. Don't go and buy it. Don't let them tell you iPhone 12, 10,000 naira, that they brought it from UK because Corona. They are stolen goods. So don't go and buy anything. If you do, the government should pick whoever has stolen goods. So let's do this on January to April. Then we have May to September. Then we have August to December. Now we are working in millions. The most painful thing now is that all those people that are working in the spas, they will have no job again. God will deal with them. Okay, let's have this one, 80 million. Let's not write too much figure. Let's just write 80 so that I won't be writing too much of the item. We have 80, we have 120, we have what we call 200, we have 250, and I have here now 50, then here and I have 300. Now, these are the information I will be asking you guys to help me with. And you will see that what we are trying to explain now is the following information. Let's first start with that. What is the period of peril in this question? What is the period of peril?
May to September.
What is the period of interruption?
May to September.
May to September.
Pardon?
May to September.
May to September. You just tell me May to September is not correct. May to September what?
2020. 2020.
Are we there now?
Yes,
okay,
sir.
that is that. Now, during that period, a sales was recorded. What is the value of the sales that was recorded during that period of peril?
50 million.
That sales is referred to as what we call reduced sales. We call it reduced turnover. Our reduced turnover is described as the actual turnover during destruction or peril. How much is the amount?
50 million.
We call it actual turnover during peril. 50 million. Do we get that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Another thing we now need to learn is now what we refer to as what we call turnover loss. Turnover
loss.
Turnover loss. For me to get my turnover loss, the rule says is the difference between what we call standard turnover and the reduced turnover. And the reduced what class?
Turnover.
Turnover. And when I'm talking about standard turnover, I'm saying what is the turnover during the period of Perry last year? This is the standard
120 million.
turnover. The standard turnover last year, meaning that if nothing have happened, I should have been able to get my standard turnover. This standard turnover is last year. And this is the reduced. So if you are asked in the exam, what is the turnover loss? What would be my answer? That would be 120
70.
minus what? 50 million.
50.
And what would be the answer?
7 million.
You can see that means this is the amount that SPAS has lost during the period of this fight.
Sir,
In
what
this
did you
person.
write there? Difference
Which one?
between what?
Between
Turnover.
standard turnover.
Okay.
Okay, I want to write it out to make it very, very bold. Turnover lost is described as the standard turnover. And please don't say standard turnover. We are saying compared with last year. Which we'll call our reduced turnover. So this is referred to as turnover what class? Turnover lost. Okay. Now there's another one I need to now teach you. That is now what we call standard turnover. Please, who is in the kitchen? Standard turnover. We said standard turnover is the turnover during the period in the 12 months before the year of Perry. So we are saying sum of turnover 12 months before the financial year. Sum of turnover 12 months before the financial year of Perry. Before the financial year of what class? Perry. Now let's quickly move on. What is the year of Perry class?
2020.
What's the year of Perry year?
2020.
Okay, let's get that one. We say the year of Perry is 2020. And please don't forget that year of Perry is from January to December. Is that the year of Perry?
Yes, sir.
Agreed? So what is the year before the year of Perry? So let's see.
2019.
Before year of Perry, the year of interruption. That is 2019 from January to December. Are you with me? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So can we now get what is the sales value? Can you determine what's the total sales value for January to December 2019? We have three of them. What is the value, please? So we have 80 million plus 120 million plus how much class?
200 million.
200 million. So what's the value?
400 million.
400 million. So if you are required to state the standard turnover, what would be the answer?
400 million.
Do we get that now? So at the beginning of this class now, we now know what we call period of what? Interruption. We know what is called reduced turnover. We also know what is called turnover loss. Are you with me? Now, we also know what is called standard turnover. Yes or no? So we are now left with the other information. We now refer to this as what we call annual turnover. Annual what class?
Turnover.
Turnover. all these you have in your pack. You know, we gave you this original pack. So what do we understand as annual turnover? Annual turnover is the turnover during 12 months preceding the date of peril. Now let's ask. We said that total sum of turnover, total sum of turnover 12 months before date of peril. Now let's not cram it. What is the date of peril? Can somebody help me? What is the actual date of peril?
May to September 2020.
When did it start? Date of peril started May
May.
2020. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Now, and the rule of annual turnover is that we need 12 months. What is 12 months to this date? So the 12 months to this date will be from April 2020. Let's do it forward because we need 12 months. What is 12 months to April 2020? That will start from March 2019. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
Because if peril occurred on 1st of May 2020, the month must have ended as at 30th April. So what is 12 months to that time? We are having 1st of March 2019. So can you now help me out? What is the sales that we have from that period? The sales that we have for that 12 months, I think we can use this to help us to get it. That means we are going to have this. We are going to have this. And we are going to have this. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
So that is our annual turnover. And don't forget, our standard turnover that we have done already is from year to year. You can see the one in the rectangle is annual turnover. Sorry, is the standard turnover. Why the one in the cloud are referred to as the what class?
Annual turnover.
So can you now give me the value of the annual turnover? So what will be the annual turnovers for SPAS? I believe you have the question with you. 120, 200, and 250. So what will be my answer? So that would be 120 million plus what class? 200 million plus how much? 250 million. So what will be the amount of the annual turnover?
570.
570. Class confirm. Don't let us hold on one person's answer. Are you correct? Are you there now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And I want to add some other information to it. And you guys get to see. Now, let's ask ourselves this question. I don't know if you have been going through the news. We're told that the hoodlums burned down TVC. But yesterday, let me say today, as we are reading the newspaper, we are told that the government have deployed soldiers there and police. What have they deployed soldiers to go and do there? Hello? Why have they deployed soldiers to that place?
To guide the place.
Thank you very much. That's what I want you to just to guide the place. Now, do you know that in order to guide that place, they are doing that in order to make sure that people will not come to disrupt that place again?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
now, that is also a cost. We refer to it as what we call insured standing charges. Are you there now? This is whereby you look at operative in case of what? Occurrence of mishap. Now, let me also ask this question. Either TVC is working or not working, you know, their security guards will always still be there.
Yes,
So
sir.
that some people will not go there and start catching away some of the other things that have not been burnt.
Yes, sir.
So that is also what we call a standing charge. Are you there now?
Yes, sir.
So what are the terms that we need to also learn? We are talking about what we call total standing charges. The total standing charge is an expense that you incur when either the business is partly, partially, or totally closed down. Are you there now? These are expenses that you incur. Either you are partly, you are partially, or you are totally closed down. That expenses is still being incurred. Now, these expenses is also referred to as what we call insurable standing charge. Insurable standing what class charge? What did I call it, class?
Insurable
standing charges. Now, please, the insurable standing charges is made up of two items. It's made up of what we call insured standing charges and what we call non-insured standing charges. So, class, what is the combination of total standing charges or insurable standing charges?
insured standing charges and non-insured standing charges.
Now, please note, like what I told you in the last period, the examiner might not give you the two. If you are given the total insurable charge, is insurable standing charge to be 100, and you are told that the non-insured standing charges is 60. Class, what will be the value for insured standing charges?
40.
40.
Pardon? 40. So do we get that, please?
Yes, sir.
So that is also the information that we said, expenses, that will be incurred when organizations are not in full capacity. Okay, let's go to another thing. Another information we need to understand is what a rate of gross profits. Remember from the last topic, we said that there are some situations that the examiner will not give you the gross profit. And under the consequential loss, the examiner is not going to give you the gross profit. So how do we calculate the gross profit? The gross profit using this method, and please note very well, this is one of your exam questions under the short answer. You might be asked, calculate the gross profit under consequential loss. And we can see what's going on in this country now with all this, so we can get all those ones. So how do we get that? If you are there, check. The formula is net profit plus insured standing charges divided by standard turnover. Divided by what, class? Then all you answer is 100 over 1. Well, how do we get our gross profit percentage? State the formula, please.
Net profit plus insured standing charges
over standard turnover times 100.
I can see your deep voice. Is all right. Okay. Let's go to another thing that we need to understand. We talk about turnover loss. And then we've also looked at what we call avoidable turnover. Avoidable turnover is the turnover that would have been lost, but for increase in cost of working capital, we avoided it. Now, please, I want to call your attention to something. I would like to use this scenario. And we have two people. Look at this. Let me use physical example now. TVC was burned down on Tuesday. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. But on Wednesday, the program TVC Your View was still held online. Yes or no? Yes.
Yeah.
And TVC is still online. The only thing is that they cannot transmit from their headquarters. Now, this is where I'm not going. If TVC management have just said, okay, since they burnt our office, we are no more working, their turnover for the period of from Tuesday to now would have been zero. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
Because they won't have any
Yes.
money. But you know what they did? They decided to look for other means, and which was the online means, and they paid some money. That money that they incurred in order to make sure that they do not have zero revenue is referred to as what we call increase in cost of working, or we refer to it as increase in cost of working capital. I will prefer to use that language. Increase in cost of working capital. So, in looking at the definition, what do we understand by the word increase in cost of working capital? This is the increase in insured standing charges. Are you there now? That is solely incurred for the purpose of reducing the loss on turnover. What did I say? I said this is the cost that is purposely incurred in order to reduce the loss of turnover. So what do you call increase in capital? We say costs purposely incurred. Are you there now? To reduce the loss of turnover. Do you have that question? Do you have any question? Ejo, a question. No question. Okay. If you don't have any question, now I'm going to draw something for you. The chart for statement of claim. Then you guys now have a classwork to prepare for to do. For consequential loss, is those statements of claim is defined as follows. Look up. We need the following information. One, the rule says gross profits lost. Are you together? Gross profit.
Yes,
How
sir.
do we determine our gross profit loss? The formula for our gross profit loss is gross profit percentage times turnover loss. Do you get that? Then the rule now says add the lowest of the three following. So add the lowest of the following. Now, these three items are as follows. Number one, the increased cost of working capital. That will be given to you in the exam, or will be provided because you are incurring that cost. Number two, net profit I like to use another color so that you guys will see the relationship. Net profit. No, it looks too black. Net profit altogether plus insured charges. I would like to call it insured standing charges divided by net profit plus total insured charges. Then whatever you have, you now say times the working capital. So whatever the answer gives you, you write it down. You also write this. Don't forget, this one is for this first one, then this for the second one. Then what's the third item? We now need to get the third item. And the third item is the gross profit loss avoided. How do we get our gross profit loss avoided? The formula is gross profit percentage times turnover loss avoided. Turnover loss avoided. Now, the rule is that we must pick the lowest of these three. So whichever is the lowest of these three is what we are going to add with what we have up there. Do we get that? Now, I will move on. We now need to calculate what is the savings, because there will be a savings. That is now what we call the savings in short standing charges. So you have that, and the short standing charges will be deducted. At the end of the day, whatever you have as the value haven't deducted and calculated is what we call insurance. Is what we call insurance what class? Insurance claim.
Claim.
Yes. So any question on this? Any question?
So, which format is this?
This is the format in order to calculate the consequential loss.
Statement of claim.
Yes, statement of claim for consequential loss. Remember the first one we did, which was statement of claim. That one was for what? Was for physical inventory. You get that? But for this one, it is for what? For the profit. Question? Is there any question?
So the net profit. Are we going to be given or
Yes, please, they'll give you the net profit.
Okay.
Any question?
No, sir.
Okay, you guys will have classwork. On page 148 of your pack, I guess you all have your pack with you. So,
what did you write in the third part?
I said gross profit loss avoided.
Okay.
Gross profit loss avoided. Any question? Okay. Bolaon, we are having class, so you are not with us. Oh. Who is Ogunshipe Joshua?
That's me.
Who is you?
The
Let me
granny.
see your video. Let me see your video.
Okay, is that Emily? Is that Emily?
How can you not say that is you? I know you as your video, so where do you get Joshua?
That's my second name.
Okay, pardon me. I'm sorry.
Yes, sir.
Oh, Victor is still around. Yes, Gabriel. Where is Nike?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
There is no Nike. Where is Nike?
Absent.
We watch the Zoom. We watch the YouTube. Where's Abibat?
Yes, sir.
Abibat is not in class.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, can you have your classwork now? And I'm giving you 5 minutes, 10 minutes to do that classwork. I'm going to display it. So this is your classwork. Contact, and please you have to answer all these questions that you have there. So please just answer the question to A to H. I'm not asking you to do question number 2 and number 3. A to H. Yeah. So you have it in your book. And please, according to my time, this is 6:27. By 6:37, I will stop you. Oh yeah, start. 10 minutes. So you have to give me all the answer. Numbers of month of peri, determine the turnover, amount insured. Are you there? Determine the gross profit. So that is what I need. $10. I'm watching all of you. No talking, no. You are not to talk to each other. If you send WhatsApp, I will catch you. 10 minutes. Yeah, are we there? Have 6 minutes more. I'm going to require the answer from all of you. So please, some of you should not wait for your colleague. Can we go on?
Go on, switch on the outside light.
Outside light. Do we need outside light for the work? One minute more. One minute more. Okay. Are you true? Time up, everybody. Time up. Stop writing. Okay, let's solve the question. Time up, everybody. What is your answer? Can I have your answers? What's question number 1? Hello, everyone. Let's solve our question now. Question 1. So we're having Contact. What's the name of the company? Contact Limited. Don't forget, it's on page what? 148 of our risk-free pack for 8 years too. So what's the first question? A. What were you asked to look for? Oh yeah, everyone. Where are you? You all just kept quiet. Victor,
We are here.
Jomiloju.
Number
What's the answer? What did you get?
5 months.
5
5
months.
months.
Okay. I will have to start from there so that I want to know you are correct. I have my numbers. Number of months for the period. Let's confirm maybe what you have said is correct. We were told that the fire destroyed the premises on 30th of what? April. And the interruption continued to 30th. So I'm looking at it from 30th of April to 30th of September. How many months do I have? That is May, June, July, August, September. That is 5 months. Please, if the answer is not written like this, if you just write 5, you are wrong. If you just write 5 months, you are wrong. So that is the answer. So let's go B. What's the second answer? B.
40,000.
Turnover loss.
200.
So our turnover loss, we need what's our standard turnover last year. What was the standard turnover last year?
60,000. 60,000.
The standard turnover last year. That means during the period that there was peril.
60,000.
During that period, that is 60,000. Thank you, you are correct. And then what is the reduced turnover?
20,000.
20,000. So which simply means that the turnover loss is how much?
40.
40.
So let's go C part. What's our C part? Amount
Insured.
The amount that was insured is how much?
50,000.
50,000. Jomiloju correct. You can see. Jomiloju to Jeonton, so she's giving us right answer. Now we now need our gross profit percentage. What's the formula for our gross profit percentage? Net profit plus interest standing charge all over net profit plus total standing charge times 100/1. No, sorry. This should be divided by standard turnover.
Yes, sir. Standard turnover.
Okay, I can hear that deep voice. So what's our net profit, class?
10,000.
10,000, correct. What's our insurance standing charge?
10,000.
Insurance standing charge?
10,000.
15,000.
The insurance standing charge is 15,000.
Jesus,
Times 100 over 1. What's our standard turnover?
I feel it too.
What's our standard
20,000.
turnover? Pardon?
20 or 60.
No. Standard turnover, the global standard turnover.
60,000.
Your own, that is 200,000.
Ah, mad.
Is it 200 or
I don't want to hear that
20,000?
language again.
Wait, what's the difference between the standard turnover we use for B and
Thank
the
you.
standard turnover we're
The
using now?
standard turnover for us to get turnover loss is specific to the period of.
Is that enough evidence to convince you that no, it's not
Also,
the
check the gas. So the gas is smelling.
I told you that he is innocent.
Bukola,
He is the one who murdered Kudu, and now you've gone and married your husband's murderer.
But according to this question, they said 10,000.
okay, I will re-explain this. I said standard turnover is the total turnover for the last year. But when you now want to get the gross turnover, sorry, if you now want to get the total, if you now want to get the total, if you want to get the turnover loss, you will use the corresponding standard turnover. Where? So look at this. The 60,000 you are saying is inside the global 200,000. Do you get that?
Yes, sir.
So that's why this what's it called, turnover loss. I'm always careful using standard turnover. I always try to tell you use last year compared sales. Compared to a class sales. So what is the compared sales for last year? 60,000. But what is the global turnover for last year?
200,000.
So in that case, what is our gross profit percentage?
12.5.
So we have 12.5%. How many of you got that?
Right.
Okay. Okay, let's go. What's the next one now? Number 5. What's number 5?
Gross profit lost.
So we need our gross profit loss.
Ma.
So what's our gross profit loss?
Gross profit percentage times turnover lost.
Gross profit, that is what we call our gross profit percentage times turnover loss. So what's our gross profit loss? Sorry, what's our gross profit percentage? That is 12.5%. Times what's our turnover loss?
Times 40,000.
So what is the answer?
5,000 naira.
So we have 5,000 naira.
Oh.
Next, F. What is the question for F? Yes, please.
Turnover
Value or not?
Somebody is asking question.
Yes,
sir?
or not?
What's your
How did we not
question?
get the 40,000?
The 40,000 is our gross profit turnover loss. Our turnover loss is 40,000. Number B. Are you there?
Yes, I'm saying the gross profit percentage. Can we approximate it?
No, don't approximate this one. Let's just work straight with what we have. Because it's specific. It's not doing 12.5677, it's just 12.5. Okay, can we get our turnover loss avoided? Our turnover loss avoided is the difference between what we call reduced turnover, which is 40,000. Sorry, what's our reduced turnover?
20,000.
20,000. 20,000. And what were we told would have been our expected turnover? If you have not done, if you have decided not to incur some other expenses, what would have been our expected turnover? They said the turnover in the period of interruption would have been 7,000. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
In that case, what was the avoided turnover?
I don't understand.
Because the reduced turnover was 20,000. So, what is our turnover loss avoided?
5,000.
5,000.
No.
12,000.
13.
How can it be 12 now? 20 minus 7.
13.
Are you hungry?
Sir.
13. So you can see turnover loss avoided is defined as the reduced turnover less expected turnover. Are we there?
Yes, sir.
So let's go G. What is our standard turnover?
Standard turnover. Which one? Is it the global?
For the whole year now.
200.
That's 200. Then after G now, H. What is our annual turnover? Victor, what's the problem? You said cannot work. What's our annual turnover?
That's
20,000.
the 12 months before the month of Peru.
So what is the amount?
Okay.
20,000.
20,000.
So how many of you score 8?
So not finished.
Annual turnover. Read at the beginning of the question. Can you read the question for me from the beginning? Read the question. Please read the question.
Contact Limited has consequential loss of insurance policy with period of indemnity of 8 months. Fire destroyed the premises on 30th April 2006, and the interruption confirmed until 30th September 2001. The turnover in the financial year ended 31st December 2005 was 200,000, while the net 10,000 naira. The insured standing package amount to 10,000.
Well, the financial year, the turnover in the financial year ended 31st December 2025 was how much?
Let us play this one. So the standard organization. That's the just
Can you all hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes.
let's now move to the next.
Oh my God. Happy birthday. Madu. Madu.
What is Madi now?
Oh my God.
For how?
Where's this timer?
One is not here again, no.
And we
Where
say,
is it?
glory. Oh,
Glory
no,
for Gloria.
Almighty God, our Father. Guys, they found another spot in Ikorodu for corona palliatives.
I'm teaching you, you are saying corona palliative. Is that what we are
Sorry, sir, I thought you were not there. Oh, now go and pick for us now. Travilogy.
No, who has gone to collect corona palliative?
Fortune.
Yeah, you.
Eliza and Fortune, they went to collect.
Okay, I won't say anything. But the thing I'll just say is that you have just told me that your friends have made more money. Okay, let's finish with this question so that we don't waste more time. What were we now asked to do now? The examiner now said we should prepare the consequential loss. Okay, please, let's prepare the consequential loss so that our job can. What's the name of the company?
Context, Abi. Content Limited.
So the content limited, so we now have what we call consequential loss. So what's our consequential loss class? So we start. The first item that we need is what we call the gross profit loss. So what was the amount? What's the amount of our gross profit loss that you determine? The loan, what's the value of the gross profit loss determined?
3.5.
Pardon? Gross profit loss. 5,000 naira. The gross profit loss is 5,000 naira. And I'm sure you remember how we got the gross profit loss. How do we get our gross profit loss? That is 12.5 times the turnover loss.
40,000.
40,000. So we now need to look for the lowest of the three items. Lowest. So the first one is our working capital. What is the value of the working capital in this question? What is the working capital? Hello, class. What is the working capital?
8,000.
8,000 naira. Huh?
Yes, sir.
Where did you get the 8,000? Hope you didn't bring the figure from home.
During the period of interruption, increase in cost of
correct.
working.
I'm only just testing.
Okay.
So let's go to the next one. Let's go to the next item. In the next item, what is the net profit?
10,000.
10,000 plus what is our value for something happened. Hello class. Our net profit, then what's our insured standing charge? 15,000.
15,000.
That is 10,000 plus what's our total insured standing charge?
That's 10,000 plus 10, 20.
The answer is 20,000. That times 8,000 all over 1. Give me the answer. Oh yeah. I'm equally hungry, so let's finish.
Sir, please explain this number 2 again. Number 3.
Okay, this number 2 is what we have done here. Remember what we did in this part? This number 2, net profit plus insured standing charge divided by the net profit plus total standing charge. And our total standing charge is 15,000 of insured standing charge plus the non-insured standing charge. That will give us 20. So at that point, can we now get our gross profit loss avoided? So what's our gross profit loss avoided? Our gross profit loss avoided. That's going to be our profit. That is 12.5 times 13,000 naira. So what's the answer? I need the answer for the second one too, so I can see which one is the lowest. Please, class. I need the answer.
For the first one is 6,666.
6,666.
Okay, what's that the third one? 12.5 times 13,000. Oh yeah.
That's 1,625.
No.
125.
Yes,
1,325.
1,000. Okay, class. What is that the lowest? What is the lowest of the three items?
1,625.
1,625. So when you add it to that, are you getting that? That's 1,625. Is that not the addition of the two? Okay. Do we have any savings on our insured charges? Do we have any savings on insured charges?
No. Yes, 1,500.
Yes, 1,500.
Thank you very much. That is 1,500.
Where is it?
I brought it from home. Check them. Okay, sorry, Jamiloju.
I'm not the one. Why are you mistaking me? Which one is Jamiloju?
Okay. Who is the person?
Vanilla.
Okay, Vanilla. Belema Benuesta. Okay, read your question. If you read the question, you will see it. Let's go back to the question. We are told that the turnover in the period of interruption would have been 7,000. Savings on insured standing charges is 1,500. So what is the savings?
1,500.
So what is going to be our claim?
There's not buy anything for me.
5,100 naira.
Pardon?
5,100 naira.
5,100
naira.
So what did I choose? Say no food.
How can it be 5,100 naira?
5,125.
God bless you. So the claim is 5,125. Any question?
You say I'm Aphrodite. Swear to the gay.
You should stop that in my class.
Yeah, I don't know.
Now, the last thing we now need to ask ourselves, and I want you to notice that the insurance company will not just come and pay you that amount. What they have to do is that they now have a special clause, and that special clause is called the average proviso. The insurance company will not just come and pay you what you have given them, so we'll now move to what we call average clause. Is that when the insurance company wants to pay you, they will subject what you are collecting to local. So average clause is talking about amount payable, the amount that is payable by the insurance company. They are going to pick the lower of two things. One, the actual claim, computed. Are you there now? Or the average we talk about what we call the average provision. Average or class provision. And how do you get the average provision? The formula is amount insured all over gross profit percentage of the annual turnover times the claim. So whichever is the lowest, that is what the government will pay. Sorry, that is what the insurance company will pay. So let's now use this. Yes.
What do you write as the topic? Abi the title.
Average clause. Average clause. That means the amount that it will be payable by insurance company. What is the amount payable by the insurance company?
So what's this GPE?
GP percentage means your gross profit percentage. So class, Can we get the average provision for this question? What is the insurance claim value? That is 50,000, yes or no? Yes. Gross profit percentage is 12.5% times what's our annual turnover? That is 220,000. Times what is the claim? 5125 over 1. Can you give me the answer? 12.5% times 220. Then 50,000, which is the numerator, then times 1, 2, 4 times 5125. What's the amount, please? What is the answer? Class, please, can I have the answer?
Yeah, coming.
I can't hear you. So what did you get?
9,318.
9,318.
18.2.
Let us say 9,318. Now, class, how much will the insurance company pay? Let's go to their average cost. We're told lower of two items. What is the insurance claim? Sorry. What is the consequential loss computed?
5,125.
We have it 5,125. What is now the average provision?
9,318.
9,318.
9,318.
That is 9,318. Which one is the lowest?
Consequential loss.
So which one do you think they will pay?
Consequential.
So that is it. Now let me just give you a very real example. If this average proviso is like 1,500, that's the one the insurance company will pay. Did you hear that?
Yes, sir.
So I want to say a big thank you that we've been able to finish this topic. We'll be going into another topic when next our class is on. Are we there now?
Yes,
So
sir.
I want us to be very careful that there's nothing that is difficult to be done. We shall see when we have the next class. Any question for me?
Sorry, sir, one thing.
Yes, please.
Not on the topic, but you said I should check some YouTube videos for what we did earlier in the class.
Yes.
Okay. So can I get the link?
Okay, what I'll do is that I will give you opportunity to speak, but let me just end this class and then we'll have. So class, I think we've gotten all these points. So